Dustin Poirier will be making his final walk to the octagon in a trilogy fight against Max Holloway for the BMF belt at UFC 318. Ahead of the fight, Dustin reveals he has changed his mindset. In an interview with Ariel Helwani, Dustin said, "I don't want to leave the octagon like I did in the Islam fight, where I'm kind of just second-guessing everything. I want to be sure of it. I want to walk into the arena knowing that this is the last time I'm ever going to feel this." That being said, this whole camp, fight week, everything I'm going to do coming up in these next 2 months, I'm just going to try to embrace, because this is the last time I'm ever going to be put in this position and feel these nerves and get to walk out in an arena and fight another man. When they gave me Max Holloway, what a legend to be standing across from. I said legends only, and he's definitely all of that. In the same interview, Dustin also reveals that he pitched the idea for a 4-man BMF tournament to Dana White. However, Dana shot it down. Dustin continued, "I was telling Dana to do a BMF tournament. I pitched me, Justin Gaethje, Max Holloway, and Dan Hooker. Me and Dana sat down in his office and talked about it, but he thought I was talking about a few-month style tournament, but I was talking about a one-night tournament, and Dana told me nobody would sanction that. I'd totally be down to do a 10-minute first round if they wouldn't allow one night, 5 rounds each fight, or a one-night tournament, 3 rounds each fight. There would be way too many MMA rounds in one night for a guy. I thought it'd be a cool idea." Michael Bisping gave his thoughts on Anthony Smith getting TKO'd in the first round by Zhang Mingyang over the weekend and then retiring from MMA. Bisping thinks Smith might have got a little too caught up in the moment and wasn't fully focused on the fight itself.
Co-main event, Anthony Lionheart Smith walked out for his final fight against Zhang Mingyang. We gave our predictions. I knew it was going to be tough for Anthony. I didn't want to put that bad negative energy out there. I didn't want there to be any narrative that I'm picking against him, but I knew it was going to be tough. Now, when you look at somebody walking out for their final fight, I mean, you never saw anyone looking like it was their final fight more than that. Talk about soaking up the moment, going over to his kids, and he just, and I'm not criticizing him at all. He didn't look like he was necessarily focused on the fight. He was enjoying the moment, and I understand that because I wish sometimes I'd have done that. I never stopped to smell the roses. I never walked out and soaked up this atmosphere because I was like, I'm going to fight. And it's hard to do both at the same time. And it seemed like even when he got in the octagon, he was still waving at people and stuff like that. And on the other side, you've got Zhang Mingyang, who's coming for one thing only. He's coming to stop you in the first round. He's going to come out the gates hard.
Well, man, I mean, having talked to Zhang, everything that he said that he was going to do and had prepared for, he had even trained with Johnny Walker, who had already faced Anthony and done a lot of leg kicks and things like he knew the calf kick was going to be major for him. The elbows, he knew he was going to try to get in close and try to tie him up, and the elbows were on point. And Anthony, having spoken to him, he knew that. He was prepared for that. And once that blood just started getting in his eye, he caught that first elbow. And I mean, dude, when you're shaking your head like this to try to get the blood out of the eye, that was the beginning of the end for sure. And he even told me, I got to talk to him a lot backstage, saw him later that night as well, hung out with him. And
how was it?
He is at peace, no doubt about it. He was with his friends and family. He had guys coming out of the woodworks that he hasn't seen in years at the bar afterwards, and ESPN crew, and everybody was kind of there, and he was just in great spirits, man.
Israel Adesanya is currently training with David Goggins. At the moment, Izzy is not booked for a fight. However, he has recently stated that he wants to run it back with Sean Strickland. He posted a video to his Instagram story today, answering some questions on what it's like training with Goggins.
What's he like in person? Is he the same in real life as he is on camera? Answer is yes, he keeps the same energy. He's not a fake dude. Even after the workout, I was like, yo, what are you gonna do after this? Train, mother. Literally his words. And also, what else did they get asked about him? Oh yeah, a lot of people are like, you should get him to spar you so you can return the favor. I stepped into his world. It was my idea to train with him. And no, I wasn't hungover just because I was partying in Miami. That was fun. But then when I had the idea, I texted him and he replied almost immediately. And I was just like, that's it. I got to do this. So I did. I'm stepping into his world. I'm stepping into his realm so he can take me to that place. There's no need for him to, he never claimed to be a fighter. He never claimed he could beat an MMA fighter or anything like that. He's just saying, I can outwork anybody. First time we met, I dropped down and started doing push-ups. He drops down and started doing push-ups. And I stopped at like 11 because I knew he was going to keep going forever. So yeah, he doesn't need to step into our world. I stepped into his world so he can take me to that place. And I got what I needed.
Tuivasa says that he wants a rematch with Sergei Pavlovich. The two fought back in December of 2022, and Pavlovich won via KO in the first round. Tai says he doesn't like the way he was finished, and it pisses him off to this day.
I would love to fight them all again, and definitely when I get back, and I'm gonna make my way. I've got to get a couple wins back again, but I really like that. That was probably my favorite fight with Cyril Gane. But I reckon I want to get it back with Pavlovich.
Ooh.
I don't know, it was just something about how he got me. I didn't like it. It was kind of, that was a real easy fight. It was more like we both knew, all right, whoever hits first, he's gonna, and we both knew that. That's what we were going out there to do that. And he got me first, so that pissed me off. But I think I'd like to fight him. Man, to be honest, I want to fight everyone again. But again, I've got to win first, so better take baby steps.
George St. Pierre made an appearance on the Ariel Helwani show yesterday and had some advice for Tom Aspinall. GSP believes Tom should start focusing on the next thing because Jon Jones may not come back.
If I could give Tom thanks for that. I mean, it's a great honor for me to hear that. I think Tommy needs to focus on the next task. I remember when I lost to Matsera, I was making the mistake of trying to focus on Matsera to get my revenge immediately. But I had a few other fights lined up before to get to that. And if he's only focusing on Jon Jones, and if Jon Jones does not come back right away, he's not focusing on the right thing. He needs to focus on what is next, the next path, because the rest it's a distraction, you know. And things that needs to be done will be done. You know, I don't know what Jon will do, but as a fan, I would love to see this fight. I mean, because in terms of legacy and accomplishment, Jon Jones is the best, you know what I mean? And I understand Tom from his point of view that he's a proud fighter, he wants to be the best, but now it's all depend on what Jon want to do. If Jon still want to do this, if he's compensated fairly, all that plays. So Tom should not focus on that because it's outside of his control, and he's wasting a lot of energy focusing on that. And I know it's very hard, but he needs to sort of self-hypnose himself to focus on the next thing and be hungry about the next task. And by doing this, only focusing on the next thing, he's going to build up his legacy, and perhaps one day he's going to be the greatest. You know, he's got all the tools as well to be, you know, a lot of people, you know, want this fight to happen because a lot of people believe like, oh, he's the guy that's going to crack Jon Jones' code, you know. And as a fan, I want to see this fight, you know, and I understand on both sides. You know, Jon want to be compensated. It's a game. It's a negotiation game. You know, it's a chess game. And on the other side, Tom is waiting, you know, and I understand both point of view, but Tom needs to focus on what's next, and the rest sort of try to clear your mind and only focus on that thing, you know.
Jean Silva posted some new sparring footage. Sean Brady goes off on Ian Garry for calling for a title shot after his unanimous decision win over Carlos Prates over the weekend. After the fight, Dana White stated that Ian will be the backup fighter for the upcoming welterweight title fight between Bilal Muhammad and Jack Della Maddalena. However, Brady says that doesn't mean much. He explains why he believes Ian does not deserve a title shot whatsoever.
Ian did what Ian does. He touches you and runs for 3 rounds. Then he got beat up for 2 rounds and said he's getting a title shot. To say you have a performance like that, you deserve a title shot. Like, he can go weigh in and be the backup fighter all he wants. That don't mean so. Yeah, like Ian just keeps talking about him like taking short notice fights. Cool, bro. Like you did 2. You lost 1 and you almost got finished in the other. That doesn't mean you deserve a title shot. Just because you're like, what? You're gonna go weigh in? You think you deserve it? Nah, bro.
Merab Dvalishvili posted his updated morning routine. He is currently preparing to defend his bantamweight title in a rematch against Sean O'Malley at UFC 316. Israel Adesanya posted footage of himself bungee jumping and manages to hold his phone and record himself the entire time. Jon Jones left a comment on the post. He wrote, "Good hanging on to that phone." Merab Dvalishvili was also impressed. He commented, "Crazy." Dana White and Jon Jones are receiving some heavy backlash today. As of yesterday, Tom Aspinall has officially surpassed Renan Barão to become the longest reigning interim champion in UFC history. Barão previously held the interim bantamweight title for 532 days. Aspinall has now reached 535 days. Meanwhile, Jon Jones is now the second longest reigning heavyweight champion in UFC history. Jon has held the title for 785 days, second to only Cain Velasquez, who held the belt for 896 days. These milestones have sparked significant backlash from fans, who are expressing their frustration with both Dana and Jon. To read off the top posts on X, "This is genuinely pathetic. What a sad look for the sport. No legitimacy as a sport, really. Shame. And dude's still not booked to fight the champ. SMH. Shit is actually ridiculous. We'll never see anything like it again. Strip Jon. This motherfucker stat padding the belt holding record. Everyone knows it's Jon who is refusing to take the fight, knowing he has leverage over Dana White in the UFC. But the fans know what's up. Jones is scared to lose. He's not scared of Aspinall. He's just scared to go out as a loser. That's why he fought Stipe. What a f***ing joke. And that's a big shame for Dana White and Jon Jones." And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. For daily MMA news and content, subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post videos. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. The first one's in reference to Tom Aspinall saying that he got ill before Christmas and has been dealing with it on and off since. It's from Jordan Teeterson. It says Tom Aspinall faking an illness to get Jon Jones to accept the fight is 5D chess. The second one's in reference to Joaquin Buckley posting footage of him attempting to confront Ian Garry, only to have Ian's wife stop him. It says, "We need Buck versus after the Nigerian Unk." And the final one says, "Buckley, I'm trying to see him, not you. Everyone, ayo, pause." Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured in the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. And if you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen right now to get caught up.